All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another animation process video with my co-host and amazing animator extraordinaire, Benny Jordan. You might know him on comic books such as Shadowhunters and Zombie Outlaw. He graced those pages with his amazing art, and now he's going to grace our show and this show with it as well. I'm Jason Dube, comic book artist and publisher, and learning lots every day from this man. So let's get started. Benny, I think your mic's still off. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Hey, what's up, the head ninja? He says, hey, Jason. Eating chips with an E is in the house. Hey, guys, I'll be lurking, but prob not chatting much, watching the grandkids.
All right. So before we get into the Moho aspect of things, let's go over real quickly. The bar layout, maybe a refresher on your storyboards, and see what we got.
Sure, no problem. Let's see here. Animation process. All right. So share screen. All right. Share a window. Got all those windows. Okay. And to sync. There we go. So this is what I was working with. Let me see if I can crop this a little bit. Which is basically it was a long panel so that you could do the whole.
Yeah, the pan.
The pan around.
I kind of want the bar on the opposite side, though.
That's right. You did say that.
Yeah.
So,
okay, Piano Man's back there.
Let me see if I can just flip it real quick. Well, if I flip it, all the words are going to be flipped.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
Look where everything is.
Yeah.
So we got the piano guy, the dame, and the piano in the back against, I guess, the wall or whatever.
I wonder, what if we did this? We drew this out as a flat image, highly stylized and detailed. I mean, as detailed as we're getting with this cartoony stuff. But and then maybe we do a pan, start a pan, and then we cut to some gross ups, right, of some patrons, still panning, cut to gross up, and then we're at the bar. So maybe we will use this layout. It's almost like a fisheye view.
Yeah, because you said it was like a point of POV.
Yeah.
So I kind of was doing it in a way that it was like he's looking at everything like it's around him, like we're his eyeballs.
I think we'll go ahead, and this will give me an opportunity because Clip Studio Paint has a
sponsored Clip Studio Paint, but not really.
I believe it has a ruler, fisheye perspective ruler. So it might give me an opportunity to actually learn how to use that, and I think we can. At first, I wasn't big on the whole pan, but we can utilize it, and it'll give us a good idea of the layout with the bar because we do need to know what the layout is. So.
So I'm only gonna bring this up because we're friends and everything, but it was your idea to do the pan. You weren't a fan of it though.
Things change. When I meant pan was, it wasn't really a pan. It was like we're doing cuts to certain patrons, was what I was initially meaning.
So you can do both. Like you do.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, do the pan, and then every once in a while it kind of bursts with a big gross up. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, because I do want a guy in there who has had his neck cut, and so his head is leaning almost all the way over the other side of the chair, a lower chair, and maybe his buddy's pouring some booze down his neck or something.
Okay.
But see, all this stuff, I mean, if it's going to be animated, like these segments, it'll have minimal animation. Like
Right.
if we were to do the close up of the guy pouring the booze down his neck, the only thing animated with that would probably be the the
The
the
drink.
the drink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So minimal animation, and on when we do this pan, this whole layout, it's just going to be a flat image.
Right.
So no animation on that.
Okay.
But that will give us, we'll put some pretty good detail into this and make it look really nice to accommodate for the lack of animation in that scene.
All right. Cool.
Who's this guy?
This is one of the people in the bar. Let me.
Is he like a sheriff?
He might have been. These are, they're dead. So
Yeah.
who knows when he died? But yeah, I have him kind of like got the big buckle. He's got the big mustache, and
Yeah.
he drank himself to death. Really, that's why he's kind of like puking.
Okay. All right.
And then we have. Let's see if I got any more. This is
Head Ninja's character.
yeah, Head Ninja's character.
I was thinking maybe because she was in a car accident, right? From
Yeah.
drink driving. What if she's got a steering wheel around her neck?
Okay. Let me throw that in there real quick. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Well, I'll fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd have to be leaning a little bit.
Yeah.
Or it's embedded in her forehead.
Ew. That's actually pretty good.
Ooh. Yeah. All right.
All right, let me turn this off.
All right. Do you have anything new on the storyboards?
Besides just the bar
Yeah.
and the
Nope.
patrons. That's why I was just starting to flush those out because you
Okay.
said you wanted to see them.
Well, what I want to see, like because we've talked about a lot of different things for the script. I mean, kind of adding to the scenes, not changing things up a bit, but like being a little more. Oh, it's my buddy Matt. You know Matt Friend.
Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go here. There he is. What's up, Matt? How's it going, brother?
So, what was I saying? Oh, so with the storyboards, I want them to be a little more involved, as opposed to just this is what's happening here, this is what's happening here, this is what's happening here. So let's get like a little. Let's break those down. So like, if he walks up to the bar, you know, what is the bartender doing, right? So that way we know, okay, how many arm images do we need? What do we need his hands to
Okay,
be
so you
doing?
need me to start working on animatics.
No, not necessarily animatics, just a little more detailed storyboards. Because
Okay.
once we get storyboards, then we can piece them together as animatics if we need an animatic.
Okay.
I wouldn't really do the animatic until we get the audio.
Okay.
So, but like for Hudson, we know he's going to be leaning up against a street lamp, smoking a cigarette. So before I rig before I fully rig his arms, I'm going to want to create some other images like to work with the Vitruvian bones, so swap out the images. So, but oh, good, that one is done. Okay, sorry. work project just got done rendering. So, but
All right,
yeah, just
let me open up the storyboards because I don't think I even looked at these for a couple weeks.
okay. Yeah, open them up. Open them up.
I was working on that street scene for you. All right, here we go. Oh, we got a lot of people watching tonight. Screen share. Window. Add to scene.
Okay.
Is that on the? Can you see
Yeah,
it?
we see it. We see it.
All right. So, let's see. It's been forever since I've done this. All right. So we already have this part where he.
Yeah.
Then he's walking.
Okay, so between that and when he starts walking, we have him smoking, taking a puff, flicking the cigarette.
Right.
Remember? So we're going to add that in. Well, we're not going to show him flick the cigarette.
Remember, you added all that in over the weekend.
Yeah. we're not going to show the cigarette flick, but we're going to imply that he flicked it because we're going to cut to kind of the close up of it hitting the ground and going down the
Okay.
drain.
Do you want me to make storyboards of that?
Yes. You don't have to do it right now.
Okay. So I'll do that next since you already had that scene pretty much.
In fact, I can, instead of drawing it out, if I've got it created, I'll send you images. You just plop it in.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So now we're coming to the bar. Okay. Going down.
And then this is the pan, but it's going to be reversed.
Yeah, it's going to be reversed.
And we'll go, and then in between, let's say every little
Well, I
bit.
wonder if we should do the pan, and then have a couple cuts to some more detailed patrons. What do you think?
So what's he saying here? Let's look at
Pull up the script.
Yeah, let's pull up the script.
I think we have a couple new people that don't know what this is about.
Okay, so right now, Benny and I are creating a full animation
Well,
called "Welcome to Perth."
5-minute animation.
Yeah, but is that not
Not a feature length.
okay? Well, a feature-length 5-minute animation. How about that? Let's see. The script was already sent to the voice actor.
Good, because we're not changing any dialogue.
Right. So, opening that up. Well, that opens. Go through the chat real quick. Looks like everyone's okay. All right, here's our. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? The
See
script?
what? No.
Is it not showing up? Okay.
I don't think we need to see the script. You just read it.
Oh. All right, so Grimm's walking through the city, Hudson. Okay. He says a lot while he's walking.
Yeah.
Okay, POV of Hudson surveying the interior of the pub. The bar is dark, smoky, full of undead civilians, and his eyes end resting on the barkeeper, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Hudson says, "Bad beer, mediocre music, no need for spiffy duds. Just how I like it. And for a few clams, you can get You can get the lowdown on the local goings on." The barkeeper, so I guess he would be looking at the barkeeper at this point. The barkeeper was an old anchor clanker in life. Probably
So the barkeep, it's the barkeep, right?
Yeah,
Not
barkeep.
barkeep. I think when he's talking about Jack, whiskey Jack, we show maybe we should have a cut to him, and maybe he's wiping out a glass or something. So we're not showing Hudson at the bar yet.
Okay.
But when he says the barkeep was an old anchor clanker, we cut to him, the main character on the screen, showing a front view, or well, 3/4 at least of him, at the bar cleaning a glass or something. So we'll figure something out on that.
All right. So let's do close up, Jack.
Medium shot, mid shot.
Okay. Then we go to scene 8. Hudson leans next to the bartender. You want to call it barkeep?
Barkeep. Oh, one second. Hey, for those that are just kind of new, we are open to suggestions. So this is an interactive project, and if you make a suggestion and we utilize it, if we have credits, maybe we'll put you in there. So if you have any suggestions, throw them out there.
All right, so scene 8, Hudson leans next to the bar on the bar. So what kind of a shot do you want to do there? Because you said you didn't really want to do a lot of animation at this point.
No. Let me see.
Or did you change your mind on that?
Well, no, don't worry. Look, we'll figure it out. Whatever we choose to do, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to do animation. I want to do animation. I want to make this interesting, and like some parts, there's not going to be a lot of animation because I want to fill the screen with a whole bunch of artwork, right? But so I don't necessarily want to cut corners on this. This isn't a work project, but on scenes that have a lot of artwork, like a wide shot, I don't want to do a lot of animation because I want to spend the time creating awesome artwork.
Okay. So I'm thinking a mid shot maybe, where we can see both Jack and Hudson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I'll do some on the stuff that we don't really have it fleshed out as far as the art. I won't get super into what we're gonna do yet.
Okay.
It'll just be like, and then if you say, oh, you know what we should do here, and then I can flesh out the storyboard a little bit more.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on over to Moho.
All right.
Let me share my screen. All right. So pop my face up in front there. Tiny though. So what we're doing today, yesterday, we went ahead and rigged him with bones. So we get the movements and whatnot. And so today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating smart actions, which will fix all these things that aren't perfect. So I think what I want to do first is I want to give these bones a angle constraints, because he's not going to be bringing his hand way up here. In fact, now that I notice that hand, I need to take that hand layer, front arm, and move that in front of the head. There. That way, if it does happen to come up, it's in front. Okay. And all I did to do that was I just moved the layer, like the group or whatever it is. So no big deal. All right, so we want to decide how. Make sure I'm on the bone layer. And I think he's probably not going to be bringing his arm up further than that, and probably not any further than that. So that's probably about what, 70 degrees? Let's check it. Let's test it out. Okay, so got that bone selected. I'm gonna go to my select bone tool, and up here in bone constraints, hit angle constraints, and that 70 might be a little much. So let's see here. No, I want that down a little more, that up a little more. So that negative 70 will probably be a negative 50. Let's see if that's the right one. Oh. Oh. Was I right? I think I was. And this was going to be probably 90. Okay. So let's see here. That's going to lock it there, there. And I don't see him moving his arm any further than that. Okay. So now that we got that, let's move on down to his forearm. I'm going to select his forearm bone up to angle constraints, and that might be a little much for that. So let's see, but it might not. Yeah, it's too much. That might be, I think that's about perfect for that part. But let's go ahead and adjust. And remember, whenever we're doing these adjustments or any artwork, we have to be on frame 0. That's our working frame. The others are our animating frames. All right, so that's the one we want to. That's good. That's too much. Okay. So let's go back up to bone constraints, and I think let's bring that down to 50. Let's try that out. I think that's still a little much. I think right there will be good. That's that probably. I think that's negative 90. Let's see. Oh, I was going the wrong way. Negative 15. Let's check that out. Oop. You know what? I think I'm gonna go negative 20. Actually, 30. Close that. Check it out again. I think that's perfect. And I think that's perfect. You can do that. Okay. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I know I'm going to have them smoking, but this arm isn't going to be used for the smoking arm. I mean, we're going to have another image for that, which we'll assign to some Vitruvian bones. So he'll have a whole other arm set here that we'll just swap out so that he's like, it'll be just a better drawing. I mean, for that pose. All right. So that arm is done. Now let's do that hand. So let's see where we're at now on the hand. Okay, do that. And that's going to be the short one. That's going to be the one where we want most of it. So let's see where we're at right now. Bone constraint, angle constraint. And I think this one's probably going to be right about there. And that one probably there. Let's check that out. Too much. That's about right. So maybe there. Wrong bone. So if he's got a drink in his hand, gulp, gulp, I think that would work. Okay. One thing I like about Moho is you see how the arm isn't going to do this when I move it. That's what we're going to mess with right now. But because we can animate points, when he moves his arm up, I can have his bicep flex a little bit. And same when it comes down all the way like this, it can bulge slightly. His tricep can bulge a little bit. So you can give the feel of the muscles in there. I always want to do a little bit of that because it makes it a little more believable. Now this right here is like, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I do know what's going on, but that's what we're going to fix. So now that we've got that, I just noticed something. I was on frame 1. Let's see if I did anything here. Okay, that's good, that's good. Everything's still good. Okay. We just didn't want to have to animate that. So back there. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some smart actions, which means when this bone moves back and forth, we're going to tell the points what to do, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to make sure I have that bone selected, come up into the actions tab up here, and we're going to create a new action. Same thing we did for the face. And this is going to be upper, I'm going to do front upper arm. Front upper arm. And the reason I'm not labeling these right arm, left arm is because we might be doing some flip-flopping. So it's just easier to say front arm or rear arm because he's at a 3/4 angle, somewhat. Okay, and now that our timeline is highlighted, that's telling me I'm going to be recording what this arm does. And so this is his neutral position, and these actions, I always record the actions at 96 frames, which is 4 seconds if we're working at 24 frames per second. So I'm going to come to the 48 mark, 2-second mark, and with that bone selected, I'm just going to click that and lock that in. And then when I come up this way, I'm going to take the bone, rotate it there, and then same thing back here. I'm going to rotate it back. So that's the exact same thing we did with these smart bones here, right? We just recorded the actions, except the only difference is I'm using the actual bone that's on him. Okay, so now with that, I'm going to go on to the front arm layer, which is the very first layer here, arm, and I'm just going to select that front shape there. All right. And so, close the door, bud. So when this arm moves up, I'm going to zoom in here. And I'm going to grab my transform points tool. Escape. Oh, wait. Let's see. Is that actually? I'm just gonna. Oh, I didn't lock those down here, did I? No. I want to lock those in the neutral position. So make sure those are selected, and hit the key here, the freeze visible points, and that froze all those points selected. Now I can come up here, come in here, hit escape because I'm only going to be using. I'm going to be taking this. I'm going to be taking this here. And I think, actually what I want to do is I want to see, I want to give this shoulder a little here. Okay. Escape, T, move that up, and adjust the width of that, and adjust the width of this. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so it's getting there. So here's the thing. I don't just have to animate on the 48 mark and the 96 mark, right? So here, I'm going to go right in here, and we're going to, because I don't like this, I'm going to bring this in some, adjust the curve on this. So let's see. That's getting there. Now, when does that start to, right there. So right about there, I'm going to bring this in more. Adjust the curve on this. Okay, so now we're dealing with the volume of the shape. Let's see here.
You know the guy that's got the slit throat and he's pouring the drink. His friend's pouring the drink in his throat.
Yeah.
What if the guy is pouring the drink in his throat?
His friend.
You want his friend. What if the guy that with the slit throat's doing it?
I mean,
or would you rather have the other guy doing it?
Well, I mean, we could do that, but I thought it would be more interesting with two people, because if this guy's head is laying all the way back, he's going to be pouring that drink all over.
Okay.
I like character interaction, whether it be you know, the animation or just almost a still image. Okay, I'm going to adjust this curve slightly to there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. Got the shoulder flexing a little bit as he comes up, but it seems to be going just a little too, so because the volume of the arm up here just gets a little larger. So let's bring that up a little. Which, okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm okay with that for what it's worth. So now that we got that action done, now I got to think about the shaded, the shadow, right? That part. So not only do I have to tell the points what to do on the arm, I have to tell the points what to do on the shadow. Because if you see here, it doesn't look completely right. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this, actually it's Control Z. I'm going to take those points, first of all, and I want those to be at their neutral position. There. And then as they come up, let's get the final position, then we can go through and adjust the mid positions. So escape T. This is going to come up to here, I think. I wish I had... Well, actually, you know what? Let's do this. There. What's that? So, okay, let's try that. So I want that backside to be shaded. So that means here, see, take that, bring this down. Let's try that. Okay, now I can take this, escape T here. Right there, I'm not big on that, so let's go and bring that up there. Let's try that. Yeah. So this is like one of the most time-consuming things in this, at least for me, in this process. Just working out the details on this, but once you get it done, it's rewarding to see the final product on that movement, on a single movement. I don't know. Maybe I'm just easily amused. I don't like how that quickly does that. So let's take this out and just double check that again. Okay, so here, I think I want this to come out this way. Okay. And I think I want this curve. Oops. I want this curve here, maybe to come this way. Let's see. No, I liked it the other way. I like it better like that. So here, take this curve up. Here, take this curve up this way. Let's see. Now, there. I don't like that. Let's zoom out and look. Sometimes these little tiny things don't always... All I did was I hit all the bones so I can just move them. You know what? I think that's okay. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, this is a point when I want to be nitpicky. Right?
Right,
So-
because this is the final thing.
Right. So one thing I'm noticing here is look at the line width. I think I want the top line to thin out a little bit and then the bottom line to thicken slightly. So here, what I'm going to do is let me bring up my points again. And this is the line width. So I want to be on the arm layer. And I mean, usually I want it to come to a point, but here, there. If I did this, that might be too much, but we'll see. And then bring this to a point, and this down, and that down. And I think that might work. So let's see. Hide those again. How are the comments? Nothing new? Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So when he comes back like this now, okay, so now that we have this motion with both the shadow and the arm, the upper arm, I'm going to come back down to this position. All right. So now I'm going to zoom in, bring my points into view again. Here, escape, and I'm going to take this and bring this up. Okay, bring this in some. Here. So when your arm comes up, we're not working the tricep or the bicep at this moment. We are just working basically the shoulder. So, see, let's bring this in this way and bring this up like this. Let's work this. There. All right, which means this will come up a little bit like that. Let's take a look. Okay. So first thing I notice is that the volume of his arm got so much bigger. So let's bring this down, bring this up, and see. One. Sounds like the wife's home. All right, how's that? So I don't like that. I think. Okay, I don't like how it bulges like that because that's not the muscle we're working. I'm going to take these out. Delete. Okay. And move that up. And I think I'm just going to drag that over. to there. C. Bring that down. Bring this back. Let's see how that works. Okay, end product is getting there. So here, we don't need that. So, okay, so that is following that. Let's bring that. Yeah, that's following that. And which means I think this needs to come up a little too. All right. So now, actually, you know what? I'm going to pull that back a little bit. I'm going to pull this back. See? And the reason for that is that even though I'm animating this bone, all right, and I'm messing with these points on this arm, other things can come into play. So, you know how I wanted the shoulder to bulge up a little bit? I was forgetting that about these shapes here. So if I go to the torso, and you can remember, it's not just those points. Like I can animate anything on this action. Torso, okay? So at there, I'm going to select this shape here and probably this shape here. And I'm going to freeze those right there. And then when the arm comes up, okay, this point, I think will come up like this. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So let me see what I was doing to the rest of that. All right, so there. Now what I want to do is see. This one, I want that to come up like that. There. And then the arm's coming up, which means the rest of the shoulder's going to move up a little bit. Right? Yeah. There we go.
That works.
Yes, it does. Now, I'm going to fix that shadow. All right, on... I think we'll just fix it on there. So T. There. Let's see. Okay. I think that works okay for that. I might at some point go in and really fine tune, but okay, that part there. That there is bugging me. So go back over to the arm and bring this in some like that. And that should do it right there. Yeah. That works. Okay. Now I don't like. I think. What?
Is that the dog?
Yeah. I think right about here. I want it to. I think about here probably. I want to take that up a little because I don't like this little divot here. Even though that. There. That's what I want. Let's see how it affects everything. Oh, good. There we go. Now, how's it look coming this way? All right, so now I'm going to go through and go back to torso, and I'm going to adjust this a little bit. And this down. There. Let's see how that works. I don't know. Are the physics right on that? I mean, my physics. Did I do that right? So that comes up too much, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like that. So Let's just do that. Let's try that. That is just enough movement to make it seem like things are working the way they're supposed to be working. I think. Actually, that should probably go this way. See there. Okay. So now it looks like we have some muscle in there. Okay, that little part of the shadow there comes to shading, and this, just like, I think, how's that? Let's see how that looks. Oh, that needs to come here. No. I think we just do this. Yep, that's good. I didn't like. See, I don't like that. So from here, let's grab the shadow here. Let's do this here. Okay. I just want to select these points here and freeze those there. That way, when they come up, okay, escape, C, C for curve. Let's straighten that out a little bit there. Okay, good. Now coming back the other way. That's fine. Okay, now this part right there. So, because it's there, that's going to come this way. So right about here, I think. I'll take this curve, match that, and then here, take that curve and probably have to move it. Let's see. Okay, from a distance, I mean, we're not going to be up close on his arm like that so much, but I think it's okay.
Looks good.
Yeah, I'll call it good enough. Okay, we got some movement in there. I'm not going to worry about the collar right now. Okay. All right, so we got that movement knocked down for that bone. That's not for the whole arm, right? Because once we get all the animation, all the movements for the whole arm, it might mess with something on that. I mean, it might make it look all wonky. So right now, we've got the front upper arm. We're going to go to mainline. Double click on that. That brings us back out to our main timeline. We are not recording an action now. So first things first, I'm going to save this. Okay, and then make sure I'm on the bone layer, on Grimes. Let me bring all these back up, and I'm going to select that bone because that's the next action that we need to mess with, because right now this is what it does. And not good, right? So hopefully we'll have enough time to finish off this in the hand, but we'll see. And then, yeah. Let's see here. So now we're going to, we got that bone selected. New action. We're going to call this front forearm. Okay. Now, with the timeline highlighted, we know we are recording. All right. So I'm going to come to my 48th frame, and we're working with the bone right now. So I'm just going to freeze that bone right there. And here, let's move this bone up. And then here, we're going to move this bone down. Okay. So that's what we have for that action. This is, we're going to tell, the points what to do during these actions. So let's go to the arm layer. Now, I'm going to select all the points I want to be manipulating. So I know I'm going to want that one. I know I'm going to want that, that, and that's that. Okay. Now, also remember yesterday we talked about when the hand comes up, I want to bring that thumb down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Highlight that thumb because we're gonna be messing with that. Not the hand, but the thumb. And we are going to freeze frame. All right. So now coming up. So now let's see. I'm not gonna worry about this shadow right now. All right. So we're in the arm. So as he comes up, let's get this. Get this point right. That's gonna be right there. I want to adjust this up a little bit here, and this whole thing is gonna move up like this. I think. Let's see here. So here. Now let's see here. Let's move it down a little, and we're gonna rotate it here. So let's take a look. From there to there, and in here, I want to bring it down. Probably zoom in a little bit. Here, escape. Here. So let's see here. Okay, I'll bring this down, line that up, change the curve, just so we know we're on the right track here. Okay, so let's see here. This curve needs to come this way, and this one come up, because, oh wait, no. That's got to be the opposite direction. There, let's just see that. Okay, that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with the bicep here. So let's see here. The point is down there. So sometimes this is what you got to watch out for. See this point right here? That's one of the points on this arm. Okay, it looks like I have 2 points there. I probably don't need both points there, but because I've already created an action, I don't. If I take one out, it's going to make the whole thing wonky. So I don't want to do that. But watch the curve of that point. This point right here. Okay, watch what it does as I go forward. See how it flips?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to fix that. So here, let's bring this around. And let's see how that works. Okay, so that comes up over there. That point there comes up. See, now I'm looking at this point here. It comes up over that way. Junk text. Okay, so, which is given that odd movement to the arm right there, right? So we don't want that. We don't want that. So let's see here. Right about here, I'm going to bring this one down this way. Let's just bring this up this way, see what that does. Okay, and here, bring this down, adjust the curve. Adjust this curve, and let's see. That's a little better. Let's pull back out a little bit. Okay. Okay. I'm happy with. Let's see here. Now, you know what I want to do? I want to bring T. Let's see here. Nope, wrong one. C. Here. Here. So give them just a little bit of a bicep there. So let's see here. Okay, but I want it to start lower. So this one is going to come up. I think this here. Let's see. Too much. I don't like how it just pops like that. Let's see. Okay, so what that does, what's that doing? I'm not liking that. So we're going to bring that in. There. And doing that. Let's come out that. Let's see what we got points down here doing. Let's move this here. Yeah, let's see what happens if we just take these out. Delete. And that is what? Let's move that right there.
What?
Okay. So let's see here for a second. All right, so from here to there, that's that. Let's take that out. You know what? I'm okay with the simplicity on it. We still have movement on the arm. It's not really changing too much in volume. Okay, now the only other thing is the shadow. All right. Let's work on that shadow right now to get it up there. So I'm going to select. Let's do these points here. And that. Those points. Okay. So now I'm going to freeze frame those. So when we come up here, let's look at what's happening down here. Okay, so basically it's down here. It's this one here, right there. So I need to move that over. Okay, let's move it a bit over. All right. And then you see where that point is on this, on the cuff here? We want that to basically still be on the cuff, right? So let's do that. Let's see, bring that this way. And I actually want to bring it up here. Bring this up here. And maybe not so much curve on it. There, let's see. Okay. All right, so we think still have to do that one, but it's just about time. So I think let's come back out to the main line and up to the bone layer just to test these out because let's see here. We got this here. Okay, so we're still gonna have to work this out. You see how the volume of that arm changes now? Because we have a point on here that's being affected by two different bones. So we got to figure out which one it is and figure out which movement we want.
I see, yeah.
Yeah. So we will work that out. I'll probably work that out not in the live stream, but we're learning how to do the smart actions and adjust it so we can get our fixes. Oh, but look, why didn't that? Why didn't that record? Look at the shoulder.
Head Ninja says, "Oh, that's the bicep."
Yeah, this whole front arm right here. But yeah, it didn't record my front upper arm. Okay. So, you know what? I wonder. I don't know why it's not recording that, because there's the action there. And again, just to reiterate, I am not by any means a master or expert or anything at Moho. I am learning this as you are learning it, unless you know more than me, and in which case, feel free to chime in.
Yeah,
But
we're
you
all
know,
learning.
one thing I noticed is usually when I'm doing an action, it's recorded blue. I don't know why it's. I mean, I don't know why the timeline is pink now, because it's usually blue. I'm gonna have to do some research on it because my action is there, but when I come out to my main line and I move that bone, the action isn't doing anything. I'm gonna have to do some research on that. So,
Huh.
anyways, we'll leave that as it is.
We got a lot done though.
Well, I mean, not really. It just takes a lot. At this stage, it takes a lot of time to do some simple motions to get the actions down. But in the end, it's worth it. So we'll just leave off there.
All right. Let's see. We got. Oh, there we go. Head Ninja says, "Looking good so far, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're working on it. I'll show you what I was working on."
Yeah.
So I was telling Benny earlier. I try not to do any work because then I feel like I can't keep track of what's going on. But you seem like you got it handled today.
Well, I mean, this stage is a frustrating stage because you get like I got to figure out why I didn't record my action. I mean, it recorded it. It just in the main line is not performing it. So, if anybody knows the answer to that, put it down in the comments either now or if you rewatch or whatnot. So,
Here, I'm working on your scene. There's your guy.
Yeah.
Pouring it in. I'm just fleshing out all the characters.
Yeah.
You know. First, I had silhouettes. So now I'm going to just flush it all out so that it'll be easier to go back through later.
Okay.
Anyway, that's why I'm so quiet. I'm over here.
A lot of what's funny is when I'm doing this on my own, I'll be talking through this out loud just as I was now. So I'm not doing anything different than if.
Really?
Yeah, I'm still talking through it. It's like, okay, why isn't that working? Okay, I'm going to take this point. Look at that curve, and so I don't know.
Head Ninja says, "Ah, nice, Jason Dube. All right, thanks, brother. Did you see your character? Let me see if I can find it again."
So, but yeah, we got to be wrapping this up. Wish we could go longer, but I got a family to feed.
What?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it. Well, I'll show it later then. There he is.
Oh no, you can show it. Yeah.
With the hat. Oh, so I have the thing going right through the back of her head, so it almost looks like she's wearing a hat. But the steering wheel. Or do you want it more graphic?
Well, I'm thinking. I like that idea.
So it almost looks like some kind of headwear, but
how would she have hit it like that?
Oh, I don't know.
No, let's keep it. I like it. Let's do it.
No, sure, it doesn't make sense. Oh, did I delete it? It doesn't make any sense.
It's okay. Who cares? Who cares?
All right, you guys. So last comments, Benny. Anything you want to plug before we leave?
Oh, Do I? Nothing today. Nothing today. Just keep watching. I mean, why not?
We had a max amount of 8 people today.
All right.
So
Yeah.
that's a record for us.
What I would like is for someone who actually knows Moho to get in here and start commenting and saying, "Hey, try this."
They might just go, "Oh, you fool! You don't know what you're doing." I'm just kidding.
I don't. I mean, I know enough to make something move, but
I think you're doing great, man.
I want to learn what we can actually. I mean, I've seen some fabulous stuff with Moho, and I'm not creating that yet.
Hey, I like what I like all the scenes that you made and stuff. Come on,
I want to get to that point. So let's see if we can get someone who knows Moho to watch, and that way
you're beating yourself up, man. You're doing a good job.
I don't view these as tutorials because I can't be teaching something I don't fully know. So
we're all
learning along. Yeah, we're all learning together.
You're just talking about what you're doing as you're going.
Yeah.
So descriptions we are actually on 4 channels right now. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. So that's probably why we have more people watching. But we really appreciate you guys watching along. As Benny said, like, share, subscribe, and comment below if you know anything about Moho. We appreciate any input. If you have character ideas, we appreciate input on that. And if you just want to talk about how you could probably make a better show than us, that's fine too. So we are open to it all. But we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys on Friday with the live drawing stream. Links below in the description if you're interested in checking out any of me and Benny's work. We are getting out of here because we're 7 minutes over. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you at the next one. Peace.
And make sure to check out the Patreon.
Just want to thank everybody for watching it all the way to this point. If you can, like, share, subscribe, comment below. All right, guys, have a good one.